Today we have a 2006 Chevy Malibu with a 3.5 liter V6, and the customer is stating that the steering wheel shakes intermittently by itself. Look at that, it's doing that all by itself. I'm focusing on the washer arm and the top of the steering wheel blade. All right, so we got a code out of this one. It's a history code, CO545, steering wheel torque input sensor. And like I said, there it goes, look at that. I'm just turning it right there and I'll let it go. So. Look at that. I haven't felt it get violent yet. Yet, you're eligible too, right?
You gotta delete some videos. That one's got much more storage, and I don't like to hook up the iCloud. I missed a video last week. My dad passed away. So, kind of took hold of my brain, my heart, my soul. I just emotionally and spiritually trying to be with him. It's been kind of hard last week and a half, so that's why I didn't get a video out last week. I was running behind, and then just everything caught up with me.
So here we go. Perform steering wheel sensor calibration. This is what the tech's supposed to do. So I will hop in here and perform a steering wheel sensor calibration with applicable scan tool. Perform torque sensor calibration using an applicable scan tool. So we'll perform those two tests. And if that doesn't cure it, it's stating right here, the next step is to replace the steering column, because that's what the dealership would do with that code and this exact problem. So we're going to start there. We're going to go try and recalibrate it, see if we can't get it to stop. But more than likely, I think we're going to be putting steering column in this. Okay, plug the scanner back in, move the little kick panel back in position so we can plug the DLC back in to scan it one more time, or actually go in and communicate with it. Functional test. Steering position sensor calibration. All right. Test complete. Well, we're going to redo that one because the steering wheel wasn't level and it's shaking. I don't know if you could see it, but it's shaking back and forth. All right. Steering position sensor calibration. Okay. Test complete. You may need to turn the steering wheel all the way left, then right for steering wheel position to read correctly. Okay. All the way to the left to lock, all the way to right to lock to lock. Oh, look at that. You see that? See, a little over half. Either, GM's wonderful cluster, the gauge might be messed up, or it might be really running hot. Okay, let's make sure our wheels are back to the center position, and they are. Okay. Look at that. It's doing it all by itself. Okay. Now we'll go and do a steering tuning selection. It just asked for a torque sensor calibration. So We'll go to the second one and do that. You may need to turn the wheel to the left and right position for the sensor to read correctly what it says. Okay, so left, all the way, right, all the way, back to center. I think internally on that gear, or there's a short, because it's just shaking like a son of a gun still. So we're gonna have to it needs a steering column from what I'm seeing, and we can disassemble that steering gear and hopefully see, unless there's a sensor that's internally shorted in it, or there's, the gear mesh between the gears are all messed up. I don't know. We'll have to figure that out. Get it torn apart. Let's see if we can go into data and actually watch this. Battery voltage, position. There we go. There is a steering position, 8 degrees. So left, -42. If we go to the right, back to 0. Huh, that's weird. Right there. Oh, look, I'm holding it still, and it's just twitching. EPS motor, command amps. It's only in a certain spot on the steering wheel where if you hold it right, I'm just trying to hold it right there. Look at that. It just right there. There it goes. I'm holding it dead still, and it's doing all that. So there's something shorted out in that rack. There it goes. Look at that. It just stopped. There it goes. All right, we'll get her disassembled and get a new one in and verify the fix, but there's something shorted out in that electric steering column.
I think the angle sensor, the steering sensor.
Yeah, the torque sensor. I think there was something, we think something was shorting out in the steering column, because it wasn't the motor. You have a motor that bolts on here. We used the old motor, we used the new steering column, and it's in there. And remember, I was showing you guys on the last video right here, I was getting a good picture between there. It's not shaking back and forth. It's staying nice and stable, and I've turned it all over the place. There's no more shake. So it's in that column in the steering torque sensor. There it is, all fixed.